Well then. First chapter of sort complete.
Going down? Hello in there. Okay. Hi, Arver.
Hi, Gilbert.
How you doing?
Not so well. I'm waiting for Dr. Fraud to start his miracle medicine show. Maybe he'll give out some samples of his medicine. I sure wish I could afford to buy a bottle. But I spent all my money on cornflakes.
Those must have been expensive cornflakes.
I went through 15 boxes of them.
What's that you're wearing?
It's a filter the doctor gave me to help keep away the germs. It's very fine.
Bye, Arver.
So long, Gilbert.
I can't see my grandfather in there. They must have him locked up in the inner cell. It's the prison door. Big, solid, and unbreakable. It's locked. That waitress Sarah must have used this napkin to blot her lips. I can use one of those poems from that book. Well, let's see. Here's one. Every night I think of you. I toss and turn and sweat. My heart goes thump, 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 thump. I think it's time we met. Not exactly my style, but it'll do. Meet me at the east end of the forest. Come alone, love, Sarah. Hey, Mr. Davenport.
Young Gilbert, isn't it?
Yes, that's us.
Have you heard anything about the mushroom theft?
No, but it's a shame. Losing that mushroom is bad for business. If we can't take care of a simple mushroom, how can we take care of our ships? Things like that can force you to cut profits. Abraham is a good man, but it would be better for business if the king hadn't let this drag on another week.
My grandfather's life is more important than money.
To you, maybe. But everything has a price, Gilbert, whether you like it or not. And the king's wavering is gonna cost us big.
Who did you talk to yesterday morning?
Lots of people. I had a nice chat with the waitress here. What's her name? Tara? No, it's Sarah. Quite a good-looking girl, that Sarah. I wish she'd come work for me. Be good for business.
Did anyone talk to you about renting a boat?
Yesterday morning, a few people. John Morley wanted to take his wife out for an anniversary cruise, and Pickard sold one of his fishing boats now that his son got that job at the warehouse. And the sheriff wanted to rent a boat.
The sheriff?
Yep. He wanted a fast gunship that he could sail without a crew. I couldn't get it for him until late last night. He was mighty sore about that. Said he needed to chase the mushroom thief. But he wouldn't take an unarmed rig. And he wouldn't take a ship with a crew either.
I need a boat.
I can't spare any.
But I really need one.
Well, tell you what. If you get me a crystal ball, I'll see what I can do.
That sounds good.
When will you give me a boat again?
When you bring me a crystal ball.
Where did the sheriff say he was going?
He didn't. And I don't think he was in the mood to tell me either.
How much does it cost to rent a boat?
More than you have, I'll tell you that.
Do you charge reduced rates for leaky boats?
I do not have any leaky boats.
Do you charge reduced rates for torn sails?
All my sails are fully mended.
Do you charge reduced rates for broken oars?
I wouldn't send a ship out with broken oars.
Do you charge reduced rates for drunken sailors?
None of the men are allowed to sail if they're too drunk to tie a knot. They might be too drunk to stand, but that's never stopped a good sailor before.
Makes sense.
Do you charge reduced rates for crooked masts?
My ships have no crooked masts.
Do you charge reduced rates for twisted rudders?
Would I be in business long if I sent out ships with twisted rudders?
Do you charge reduced rates for uneven keels?
My boats are kept in top condition. There isn't a warp plank in the lot of them.
Do you charge reduced rates for rusty cannon?
My gunsmiths make sure that the amount of rust meets industry standards.
Do you charge reduced rates for short anchor chains?
All my ships' anchor chains are of regulation length.
What kind of guarantee do your boats have?
They have an industry standard guarantee. If you find anything at all unsatisfactory, just return the vessel to me, and I refund 25% of the cost, minus a restocking charge, of course.
Huh.
What kind of boats do you have?
You name it, I got it. I got a ship to suit any need. You need a square-rigged merchantman or a fast English frigate? I got 'em. Need a fore and aft job like a bark, pinnace, or sloop? I've got those too. I've got schooners and yachts, fishing trawlers, pilot boats, rowboats, life rafts. I've even got an old dugout canoe.
Why do you always sound so grumpy?
Business is a serious business, Gilbert. When you're responsible for as many people and as much money as I am, well, it's no laughing matter.
Can you give me some advice on business?
Good for you, Gilbert. To be successful, a man has to learn from successful men.
Makes
Well,
sense.
I'll tell you. Business is a lot like a game of cards. You gotta know when to hold 'em, and know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Do you play cards a lot?
Yep. I'm the chairman of the local poker club. Me and the boys get together to play about once or twice a week. Been doing so for years.
Do you always win?
Ha, not always. Nowhere near often enough, if you ask me. I think some of the boys are cheating.
Why do you think they're cheating?
Because they win too much. Oh,
maybe
sure, they
you're
could
just
be
bad at the
lucky,
game.
But it isn't normal for luck to last that long. We're talking years here, Gilbert.
Why don't you do something about it?
I'd like to, but this isn't something you can accuse someone of easily. Men have lost their lives for being wrong about that sort of thing. And these men are some of my suppliers, Gilbert.
Huh.
I need to maintain a profitable business relationship with them, even if they are cheaters. If I only had some way of knowing what they were up to ahead of time. You know, I almost bought a crystal ball once. There was a shop in town that used to sell them, but it closed down, disappeared. Yep, if I had a crystal ball, I could see whether the boys are cheating and make them pay me back what I've lost.
Wouldn't a crystal ball help you cheat, too?
I'd prefer to think of that as counter-cheating.
Of
Have you
course
tried
you
cookie
do.
crumbs?
Excuse me?
You know, eat a cookie, read the future in the crumbs.
I've never heard of that.
I do it all the time.
Really?
I could show you, but it takes a lot of practice, and you have to have an eye for crumbs.
I think I'll stick with a crystal ball.
Yeah, most likely a good idea.
Why don't you go see the fortune teller?
She and I had a, well, let's just say we used to be on more than friendly terms. I'm afraid it ended on a sour note. She would never help me with this. We haven't even spoken in years.
Bye, Mr. Davenport.
Goodbye, Gilbert.
Do you got anything new to say? No.
I've got to go.
Okay, remember, don't tell anyone who I really am.
Right.
I don't know who you really are. You're just some sort of guy that stands there all day.
Bye, Saul.
Bye, Gilbert. Go away.
That's rude.
Yes?
Hi, Elton.
Come in, Gilbert.
How does it work?
You place a chunk of cheese in the middle of the trap, and when the mouse tries to get to the cheese, it gets engulfed in the slime. The slime then slowly digests the mouse, leaving only the skeleton behind.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
If you think
Yeah.
that's bad, you should smell the fumes the slime gives off when it's digesting.
Imagine being digested slowly in a big glob of slime. Imagine being digested slowly in a big glob of slime.
Of course the robot is in the way for the other one.
Extra, extra! Read all about it!
What do you got to say?
What's the news?
The king granted a temporary stay of execution to your grandfather, Abraham Goodmate.
What a wise and sensible king we have.
I suppose. The fashion editor wrote a scathing review on page 5. She thinks the king is really starting to show his age.
Huh.
Okay, I've got to go now.
Bye, Gilbert!
That door is so cool.
Yeah, you said that many times, Gilbert.
Hello, Gilbert. I've been expecting you.
Yeah, I know.
Goodbye, Gilbert.
Bye. It's filled with books. Maybe there's a secret passageway. Guess not. It's a very fancy-looking chest. It's locked. The Destiny of Mankind, a book of prophecy by Antonio de la Tonere del Dios. I didn't know the sheriff was a prophet. Weird. It's written in some foreign language. Even the letters don't make any sense.
I mean, he's quite
Wait,
clearly
here's something I can
foreign.
read. It's written in the sheriff's handwriting.
I am beginning to be sick of these dreadful cigars. Almost I cannot remember how it is not to have this terrible taste in my mouth. And this horrible, horrible cough. But it won't be long now. So many of my visions have already become true. I had another vision today, and after only 2 cigars. Soon, I think, I will not need the cigars. I will be seeing the visions completely on my own. In my vision today, 3 cows were dressed up like bulls.
You're quite
One with
clearly
a
just
red
getting
mustache,
high.
one with a blue mustache, and one with a big green feathers instead of horns. They spoke to me in my vision, warning about the bullfighter, the one who has been chasing me through my spirit dreams. He's getting so close, they say. It's time to begin the end of the spirit plan.
Weird.
This is how I know I am close to fulfilling the most exciting of my prophecies, where the sleeper is awakened and made a slave to my every desire. Then it will be as I foretold, that the evil one shall do my bidding for the good of all mankind. Except, of course, with those who will not be able to see the beauty of the new ways and will all have to be destroyed, you know. That is truly sad. And yet, it is exactly as the visions say it must be.
I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I don't like the sound of it at all.
I am now ready to carry out my plan. I must go now, to bring El Hongo de la Vida to la Isla de la Brujo de Mindo.
El Hongo de la Vida? I wonder what that means. Well, the rest of the book is empty. It's filled with books. I don't think that shelf is going to budge. That's one ugly, scary mask. I can't reach it, but I don't want it anyway.
You got
Hi,
anything
Vanderstein.
new to say? Vanderstein.
Vanderstein!
Oh, hi, Gilbert.
You look busy. I'll come back later.
Steer yourself away from trouble, lad.
I always do.
I don't mean once you're already in trouble, Gilbert. You should try and avoid it in the first place.
Yes, sir. Did you see anything weird last night?
Well, a boat crossed my sights in the very early morning. There was a lantern on it. or I wouldn't have been able to see it at all.
Did you see who it was?
It looked kind of like the sheriff, but I've never seen the sheriff on a boat before. He had something big on the deck, too, but I couldn't make it out. Anyway, it wasn't a Viking ship, or I wouldn't have let it get away.
Of course.
I think I better save it for later. That logo looks a lot like a real ship. I don't have time to clean that. I don't want to blow his nose. I don't want to give that away.
Alright then. Here you go. You were talking so much
Sarah
about
asked
Sarah.
me to give this to you.
I'm coming, my darling!
Ah, love. I wonder how long he'll wait for her.
Most likely he will wait for her too long.
They're filled with tea from the Phungoria Tea Company. Cinnamon grapefruit licorice zinger. Yuck. All I can see are a bed and some bookshelves. I'll find out who lives here from the address on an envelope. It's empty. I don't know. This isn't exactly a place for a normal person to live. It could be dangerous.
So
what the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Well now, young man, and who might you be?
I'm a teetotaler, and I'm here to count your tea bags.
Rubbish. A teetotaler is someone who practices complete abstinence from alcoholic drinks, not someone who totals tea.
I'm an angel.
Yes, well, aren't we all jolly nice sometimes?
I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Not likely. I've met her. She's much taller than you are.
I'm Gilbert Goodmate. Who are you?
I'm Lipton, Sir Reginald Philibert Lipton, to be precise.
Alright then.
So, would you fancy a spot of tea?
No thanks. What's so interesting about tea?
I must say, tea is the most interesting thing there is. In addition to being the perfect beverage, it has countless other uses. For instance, it's a wonderful astringent. If you suffer from smelly feet, just soak them in a bowl of warm tea, once or several times a day for a few days.
What else can you do with tea?
They say it makes a wonderful hair dye. If
I
you're the
don't
sort
believe
who
that.
doesn't like the thought of going grey. I've never tried it, mind you. Showing the grey has never bothered me at all. Even with grey hair, I'm just as sexy.
What else can you do with tea?
Well, you can use mint tea to wash your face. I like spearmint, but peppermint will work just as well. It really gets into the pores for a deep, fresh, clean feeling.
What else can you do with tea?
Chamomile can help you relax, and it's just the thing to help you fall asleep after a long day drinking tea. It also helps take the edge off your moodiness if you're not blessed with a permanently cheery disposition like mine.
You are cheery now, with other words.
What else can you do with tea?
I always
don't really
find
look
that mint
all that
tea
happy.
helps with digestion. It's good to have some peppermint tea on hand to help fight cramps and nausea. It also helps to soothe a headache, and it's a good way to perk yourself up if you can't tolerate caffeine.
What else can you do with tea?
Cold tea can be used to soothe a sunburn, and it quenches the thirst like nothing else. My men and I went through a lot of tea when we crossed the Sahara.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm nothing really. You see, I have no need. I'm quite comfortably retired. I served the better part of my life as an officer with the army of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. God rest her soul. I earned my title and was given sufficient lands which, when sold, left me well enough supported to pursue my interests in retirement here.
Have you traveled to any exotic lands?
Oh, yes. I've been to Kenya, Argentina, Sri Lanka, China, India, Indonesia, Turkey, Australia, Egypt, and Japan.
Do you still like to travel?
No, I'm afraid my traveling days are well behind me. Of course, I still enjoy reading my travel books. And I have some friends who travel, and they send me letters from time to time. I go traveling by proxy now, I guess you might say.
Have you been in any great battles?
As an officer of the Crown, I took part in countless battles, and indeed, there were many that would, from a historian's perspective, be called great. Though neither I nor the other men who fought in them would share quite the same sentiment.
I bet it's fun to kick butt on the battlefield.
I admit, there is a certain amount of pleasure to be had in victory.
Yeah,
But in my
that's
experience,
understandable.
war has always been the most horrifying of endeavors. I would almost say it was unfortunate. Except that I find myself enjoying the profits of a long and successful military career. And of course there was the Battle of Phungoria.
The Battle of Funky Sue?
My men and I had been assigned to Emperor Hassan to chase down what we were told was a small band of brigands who had taken the emperor's daughter hostage. We gave chase and caught up with the brigands in the Phungoria Valley, where it suddenly became clear that we had been grossly misinformed of their numbers.
What did you do?
That army of thieves was led by the great tactician Waupembu. We faced a numerically superior force with a vastly superior knowledge of the terrain, with the defenders' advantage and, thanks to the Emperor's underestimation, having the element of surprise. There was only one thing to do.
You attacked the flank?
No, we turned around, marched right back to the Emperor, and convinced him to pay the pittance they'd asked for his daughter in the first place.
So you lost.
On the contrary, if we'd attacked the brigand army, outnumbered as we were, we would surely have met with defeat. Dishonoring the Emperor, and Waupembu would only have demanded an even larger sum for the return of the Emperor's daughter. As it happened, the Emperor paid the ransom. His daughter was returned unharmed.
What did you get?
The Emperor knew of my love for tea, and he gave me his entire supply of the rarest black tea in the world.
Well,
Really?
that's nice.
What's it called?
It has no name, although in fact it is known to tea connoisseurs as the unnamed tea. There was an old legend about a variety of Camellia sinensis, that's the evergreen all teas are made from, that once grew on a mountain overlooking the Phungoria Valley. It is said that the leaves of this plant were so full of flavor that nothing else could grow within a mile of the plant without taking on some of the same bitter taste. The aroma from the plant was so powerful that only a few ever dared to steep its leaves. The unnamed tea was so full of flavor it made all other teas seem like water. But it was terribly bitter and had to be sweetened. And its leaves were so fragile that once dried and crushed, they turned into a powder as fine as talc.
That's a lot of information.
Why wasn't the unnamed tea ever named?
I suppose it might have had a name once, but no one knows what it was. The plant
So
that
why
produced the
don't
unnamed
you
tea
just
disappeared
rename
from the
it?
mountain near the Phungoria Valley long, long ago. Which is why it was incredible that Emperor Hassan had some of the unnamed tea in his possession. Apparently, it had just been discovered in his treasure vaults, where it must have sat forgotten for hundreds of years.
All right.
Have you tasted the unnamed tea yet?
Unfortunately, no. It is indeed as fine a powder as the legends say, and I've never found a filter fine enough to make it. I'd need something to sweeten it with as well. I don't normally sweeten my tea, but for the unnamed tea, I'd have to make an exception.
That makes sense.
Why haven't you tasted the unnamed tea yet?
Because I don't have a filter that's fine enough, and I don't have anything to sweeten it with.
You sure drink a lot of tea.
Yes, well, it's a habit I picked up while I was in the Orient in Her Majesty's service.
What's your favorite tea?
Oh, dear me, there are so many that I like. I don't think I possibly could choose. I've always enjoyed green tea, and I doubt I would ever get to bed at night without my chamomile. Mint tea always makes me feel good, and dung thistle always has a unique, refreshing taste. However, I suppose I'd have to say my favorite blend is Earl Grey.
Huh.
Well, Lipton, I have to go.
Right, well, tally-ho, and always remember, you're unique, son, just like everyone else.
Yeah, that doesn't make me very
Now
unique.
that's a big teacup.
Indeed it is. In fact, that's the world's largest bone china teacup.
It's one of Vandersteen's VIP cards.
I say, my good fellow, do leave that where it is. We can't have you off with my VIP card now, can we?
Alright.
It's a heavy gold-plated lock. It's a little teapot, short and stout. It's a little teapot, short and stout. I'm not planning to have tea with the mushroom thief.
Well, why not? Well, we got the honey, but we need a filter.
Not the most scenic location for an outdoor cafe. No spies allowed. I wonder if that applies to peeping Toms. Ugh, it smells like it's full of old socks.
Well, of course it's full of old socks. And old pairs of underwear and maybe a support hose or two.
That's disgusting.
It's my bag of rags. Most of the items have been washed, of course. Well, some of them anyway.
Why would anyone want to buy a bag of rags?
Oh, lots of people would like to buy a bag of rags. Schools putting on a wagon wash to make money. Someone painting a room with one of those neat smooshing pattern effects. Underground resistance fighters making Molotov cocktails. Well, there's no end to the usefulness of a bag of rags.
How much is it?
Then.
Not as much as you'd think. Today, special for you, I'd say 115.
What? Who would pay that much for a bag of stinky old rags?
Well, it's all about supply and demand. And nothing polishes your eyeglasses like a pair of old underwear.
Alright then.
It's half a suit of armor. I wonder what happened to the pants. Hello, my name is Gilbert Goodmate.
I'm Larry Lacrimose. Welcome to my cave shop. What can I do for you today?
Where do you get all the weird things you sell?
What weird things?
Your, exclusive merchandise.
Oh, well, some of it I manufacture myself, but some of it is acquired through my web of contacts and suppliers. And of course, some of it comes from the Johnson & Smith wholesale catalog.
What time does the cafe open?
The cafe? Oh, well, I thought it would be a nice attraction, but I'm afraid it hasn't brought in as much business as I had hoped it would. In fact, I'd have to say it's closed for good.
Oh.
Have you tried anything else to attract business?
Oh, sure. There was Larry's Incredible Flea Circus, the Larry Lacrimose Lungfish Race, the annual Lighthouse Spotting Competition, and one year I featured a week-long cave shop film festival. But none of them really brought in the crowds.
Empty out your safe. This is a stick-up.
I don't have a safe. I keep my money hidden in stalagmite formations.
Alright then.
I'd like to buy one of those crystal balls.
What crystal balls?
Are you trying to be difficult?
Of course I am.
What do you call those big glass balls, then?
I call them marbles.
Not crystal balls?
Not at the moment, no.
I just want to buy a crystal ball.
Sorry, can't help you. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm just looking.
Oh, really? I knew it. You're a spy, aren't you?
No.
If I were a spy, wouldn't I be carrying all sorts of top-secret gizmos?
Oh, you've got all sorts of gadgets hidden on you. I know. I can tell.
Really carrying a lot of
Look,
stuff.
I'm not a spy. I'm a customer.
Ha! That's what you want me to think. But I see right through your disguise.
I'm not wearing a disguise.
Sure you are. You think dressing up like a customer will fool me?
Why don't you believe me?
Well, for starters, you're a spy.
I'm not a spy.
You sure you're not a spy?
Oh, I didn't say Goodmate. Gilbert Goodmate, did I?
So, you're sure you're not a spy?
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, well, sorry about that. I don't get too many customers in here anymore.
Why don't you have a big sale?
And let my competitors know where I am? No way.
I...
Besides, my prices are already great. For instance, just look at those crystal balls there.
Now you call them crystal balls.
I thought you said those were marbles.
I thought you were a spy. If I told every spy that comes in here I have crystal balls for sale, there'd be crystal ball selling cave shops springing up all over the place. Then, before you know it, I'm forced to open somewhere else, in a grass hut shop or an igloo shop or a desert tent shop, and where would it end?
How much are those crystal balls selling for?
First, let me tell you a little bit about them.
Sure.
Now I know what you're thinking. Larry, what could be so special about your crystal balls?
Nothing.
Well, these aren't your ordinary run-of-the-mill crystal balls. These here crystal balls are the real thing. Guaranteed to fortune tell within 30 days or your money back. Just look at the polish on these babies. See how well crafted they are? None of that annoying distortion of reality you get with the regular kind. No siree, these balls will show your future with the utmost clarity.
So how much are they?
I know what you're thinking. Larry, it's not every day a man sees such perfectly polished balls. They must be worth a lot of money. Well, of course these crystal balls are valuable. And one of the things that makes them so valuable is their unique, user-friendly control system. And no rubbing of the genie bottle with these little globes. No hocus-pocus or weird chanting melodies. Your virgins and small animals are safe.
And their price would be?
Let me answer your question. But there's one more thing you should know. These crystal balls incorporate the latest in ASS reliability. You may not have heard of ASS, it's so new. But these balls have it. Accurate soothsaying ensures a very low fallibility rate. That's why they come with a 30-day guarantee. You just can't go wrong with these crystal balls. They're a choice product. You won't find them anywhere else.
Listen, if you don't just tell me the price, I'm going to leave.
I hear you. Really, I do. But you won't find crystal balls like this in any other shop. These balls are the real thing. No, wait. I haven't even told you about the optional carrying case. 10,000.
10,000? Are you kidding?
I know what you're thinking. Larry, that price is too low. You might even be wondering if these balls are stolen.
Not.
Let me tell you, balls this good don't grow in caves. I have to pay my suppliers, but that's the beauty of this location. What I save on advertising, I can pass on to you. So how are you going to pay? Credit or cash?
I don't have 10,000.
I see. Yes, well, that's a lot of money for anyone to carry around, sure. I'll tell you what. Since you're not a spy, and since you're my first customer today, I'll put one of these balls on hold for you. No extra charge.
Can't you make me a better deal?
You weren't paying attention, were you?
Okay, I'll come back when I have the money.
I'll try to keep one of these balls on hold for you, but I have to warn you, at this price, they won't last long.
Alright then.
I'll just shove these balsa wood balls onto the ends of this aluminum bar. Ta-da! An impressively large weight bar that I can actually lift. I don't think it works like that. Hello?
Yes?
I'm ready to help you put on your show.
So, you found a strong man for me then?
There we go.
Not exactly.
So, what do you got?
I've got a phony barbell that's light enough for me to lift with one hand.
You know, that just might do the trick. When the crowd sees a skinny fellow like you, why, it's a brilliant idea. Simply stupendous. Now, here's what I want you to do.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. You're about to witness a demonstration of the eighth wonder of the world,
ladies in
Dr.
the
Fraud's
audience.
miracle medicine. But first, let me tell you a little bit about this wonderful elixir. Now, most of you have your own traditional remedies for things. My mother was fond of cod liver oil. And they work fine for some things, but wouldn't it be nice to have something that worked for everything that ever ails ya? Well, folks, this is it. I travel the world to collect every folk remedy, every traditional family cure-all, every single last recipe for chicken soup. I visited the monks of Tibet, the healers of the Americas, the head doctors of all the finest universities, and I talked with their grandmothers too. And I put all that knowledge together, all those years of research, into making a product that would finally put an end to the sicknesses of mankind. And that product is none other than Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine! Now, I know what some of you are thinking. How can you trust a man with a name like Dr. Fraud? Well, I'll tell ya. Having a name like that hasn't always been easy. I know a lot of folks will make up their minds about me before they even give themselves a chance to hear me talk. But when I was just a young man, my mother said to me, "Cornelius, now don't you let your last name get in the way of being a great man. Rise above your name, Cornelius, and show the world what a trustworthy, honest and honourable man you are." My mama believed in me, God bless her soul. And when you try Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine, why, you'll be a believer too. Folks, this may be hard to believe, but Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine is the last medicine you'll ever have to buy. It cures every illness known to mankind, every single one, from bronchial infections to athlete's foot, pneumonia, kidney stones, bad breath, gout, you name it. It cures it. Folks, this medicine is the real thing.
Does it help with plantar's warts? My friend has them.
Just one drop of Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine burns them up and dries them off.
Does it help with cramps? Does it help with PMS?
It puts an end to both. Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine has saved more marriages than I could ever count.
What about bladder infections, gallstones, ulcers, diarrhea, intermittent nausea, frontal headache, chronic fatigue syndrome, arthritis, botulism, leprosy, cancer, carpal tunnel syndrome, rectoocular pain, leprosy, amnesia, diabetes, affluenza, influenza, appetite loss, malaria, narcolepsy, rabies, narcotizing fasciitis, polyarteritis, nodosa, depression, nightmares, tularemia, multiple chemical sensitivity and spontaneous human combustion.
It treats all of that and more. And to top it off, Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine taken daily will make you unbelievably and incredibly strong.
Even if you're a pencil-necked geek?
Hard to believe. Well, how about a live demonstration then? But first, I should like to tell you about today's special. With every bottle of Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine you purchase today, you'll also receive the world's smallest juice press free.
Not sick at all.
Now watch this 9-stone weakling lift that incredibly heavy barbell. Go ahead, son. Have a sip of the Miracle Medicine and see what you can do. Now, folks, you know it isn't a medicine if it don't taste horrible.
Wow!
And you could be just as strong with a daily dose of Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine. Here, son, I'd hate to see you have to lose your strength now that you've had a taste of Dr. Fraud's Miracle Medicine. Here's a bottle just for you, free of charge. And of course you get the world's smallest juice press. And while I'm at it, here's a bottle of starch.
Thanks?
Now, who's going to be the first to take advantage of this incredible offer?
I'll buy a bottle. I'll buy 2.
Hey, Arver, did you get some miracle medicine?
No. Dr. Fraud said he would have given me a deal, but he sold out before I could talk to him.
Well, I could give you my bottle.
Really?
Sure.
Wow. I can't wait to try it. Do you want my filter? I won't need it anymore.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, jolly good. Come in, make yourself at home, I say.
Yes, of course. Here you go with the filter.
I've brought you something, Lipton. It's an ultrafine filter, specially made for making rare blends of tea.
Oh, goodness gracious me, that's marvelous. Simply marvelous. Now, if I only had some kind of sweetener, I could try the unnamed tea.
And here's your honey.
Would you like some honey, Lipton?
What's that you said?
Would you like some honey for the unnamed tea?
You brought me some honey? Why, that would be splendid.
Here you go.
Now I can finally try the unnamed tea. This is so exciting. Could you fetch it for me, do you think?
Of
Here's
course.
the key.
Okay. Which one is it?
It's the one without a name on the box.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is something wrong?
Oh, heavens, no. It's just that, well, after all this time. Oh, well, down the hatch.
It worked. For emergency use only. 555-4324, extension 36. Ever wonder why all phone numbers start with 555? Hello?
Yeah, sort of.
Sergio? This is Lipton. Jolly good heavens. Could you
I
connect
cut
me
the
to
phone line yesterday.
555-4324, extension 36?
I don't understand how
yes,
this
I'll wait.
works.
Vanderstein? Lipton here. Oh, a bit of a cold. It's nothing really. VIP ID? Oh, right. 9824 0239 0123 012. Password? London Bridge? Yes, well, the, bridge. Yes, leaking. Yes. Right away? Thank you. I think I'd better leave before Vanderstein gets here.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
I will.
I'll bring it back. Anyway,
And look at
I'm
that,
sure
I fixed the
Vanderstein can
line.
build another one.
I guess that makes sense.
What's the news?
Newly appointed bridge guard abandons his post.
Where did he go?
A reporter found him crying at the east end of the forest.
Okay, I've got to go now.
Bye, Gilbert.
You look busy. I'll come back later. Going up. This is for years of early mornings. I've always wanted to do that. A perfectly good spring.
Right then.
Going down.
Oh,
Hey
no,
there,
you
buddy.
can't go there. You won't get by Eric to breathe.
Are you the only guard here?
Yes. Why'd you ask?
Who keeps watch while you're sleeping?
I've trained myself to live on 1 hour and 25 minutes of sleep a day.
Throughout the night, I sleep for 15 seconds. Wake up for a minute or two, sleep for another 15 seconds, and so on.
Isn't that bad for your health?
Well, they say lack of sleep can stunt your growth, but I don't believe it.
Well, you're quite short.
Aren't you a little bit small to be a Viking?
Not at all. Being Viking is a state of mind.
Have you seen any mysterious characters in the past few days?
No.
Are you sure? You haven't seen anybody in the past few days?
Oh, well, sure, I've seen people, but nobody mysterious.
Have you seen any suspicious people then?
Suspicious? Nope, none of those.
Seen any strange characters?
You're all a bit strange to me. But did I see any stranger than usual? No.
Have you seen anything unusual at all?
Well, I got this weird fungus growing between my toes.
So what's behind the door?
I can't tell you, it's a secret.
I bet there's a really big Viking treasure behind that door.
You think
course.
so?
Well, why else would there be a guard tower manned
Yeah,
by the
exactly.
famous Eric the Brave?
You've heard of me?
Of course. Everyone's heard of Eric the Brave. You're the most famous Viking of all.
I suppose I've been in some famous battles. Tell me, of all the battles I've won, what was your favorite? Surely you remember.
When you led the army of something or other in battle against the... whoever they were.
I don't remember that one. Are you sure that wasn't my brother, Eric the Courageous?
Never heard of him.
Well, what do you know? I'm famous.
Huh.
It must be hard
That
work
was
guarding
easy.
that treasure all by yourself.
No job is too hard for Eric the Brave.
Eric the Brave? You look more like Cedric the Snail.
What do you mean?
Well, I couldn't help but notice. It took you a while to climb down those stairs.
Well,
Yeah.
I was fast enough to stop you.
Sure. But I was walking
What's that
slowly.
tower for, anyway?
It's my lookout tower. The Viking War Book recommends using a Viking lookout tower to prevent surprise attacks.
How does the tower prevent surprise attacks?
From the top of the tower, I can see everyone who approaches, thus foiling any attempt at a surprise attack.
What if someone sneaks up on you?
I've got a perfect view of the forest floor. There's no way anyone could sneak up on me.
What if they rode in on hot air balloons?
I'm sure I'd see the balloons before they even got close.
What if they came disguised as a tree?
I'm an expert woodsman. I can spot a fake tree a mile away.
What if they came charging in on fast horses?
Then I'd hear the horses' hooves on the forest floor.
What if they dug a tunnel and snuck by underground?
Then
Yeah.
I guess I'd just run down the stairs really fast.
I don't know. It took you a long time to get down those stairs.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it did.
because I wasn't in a hurry. I can get down those stairs much faster.
Oh, yeah? Prove it.
You don't believe Eric the Brave?
Well,
No.
I really
don't.
thought Eric the Brave would provide a tighter defense.
I'll show you how fast I can get down those stairs. Okay, just a moment while I catch my breath.
Tired already?
Huh, okay. Get ready to see some real speed. There, see?
That was pathetic.
Well, wait, I wasn't ready. Let me try again.
Alright then.
You're right. It's too far to climb down in time, and I'm wearing all this heavy armor under my clothes, you see?
I can't believe it. Eric the Brave with such a gaping hole in his defenses.
There has to be a faster way down. It's too high to jump down. Maybe if I built a net?
But what if you get tangled up in it? And what if the enemy destroys it?
And there's no river close enough for me to build a water slide. Perhaps I could parachute down.
I don't think
Maybe.
the tower's high enough.
Yeah.
If only... Hey, wait, I've got it. I could attach an elastic to the top of the tower, tie the other end to my legs, and leap safely over the side to stop the tunnelers as soon as they reach the surface.
A bungee cord?
Yeah, that's it, a bungee cord. Do you know where I can get a bungee cord?
I'm afraid not.
Well, if you think of anything, let me know.
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Is this what you wanted?
A bungee cord!
That's
This is
sort of.
great! Whee! How do I get down?
Good question.
Hey there, Eric. How's it hanging?
You have to get me down from here!
Guess that bungee cord idea wasn't so brilliant after all.
Please! Because you have to get me down.
I suppose it would be the right thing to do.
Yes. Getting me down is the right thing. Oh, my blood is rushing to my brain.
Nah. Wow, look at all the stuff.
Hey, you can't go in there.
Of course I can.
Those Vikings sure have a lot of stuff. They've got way too much gold in here. I'd better take some. And this painting of a brunette, she sure has a weird smile. Nah, that can't be worth anything. Hey, what's this? A ticket?
The Mona Lisa.
The 9th Annual Viking Slave Market, Admit 1. Yeah, heck, why not? Everything else is too big for me to carry. That statue of a 3-headed monkey would be fun to have, though. No, too big. Besides, the engraving says it belongs to someone named Lucas.
Look, would you leave our stuff alone? And could you please let me down? Please?
Yeah, no. I'm good.
I'd like to buy this crystal ball, please.
All right, Gilbert. I take it you've straightened out your financial situation then?
Would you accept a small fortune in Viking gold?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, fine. Then just place the crystal ball on my conveyor belt and I'll ring up the sale. Now, let's see. This dial sets the speed and this switch...
Hey!
Oops. I had it set too fast. Sorry. That's never happened before. Don't worry, it was my mistake. I won't make you pay for that one. There are 2 more crystal balls over on the shelf. Just pick whichever one you like best.
Alright then.
Right. Now just place it on the conveyor belt.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh, don't worry. I've already adjusted the speed. Please, just put the crystal ball down on the conveyor belt and I'll ring up the sale.
Uh-huh.
Now, let's see. I think I'll adjust the speed a little, just to be safe.
What are you doing?
Oops. My mistake. I must have read the dial wrong. I really need to do something about the lighting back here. It can be pretty hard to read the controls. Oh well, not to worry. I know what I'm doing now. I've got it figured out. Just go over there and pick up that other crystal ball.
Can't I just give it to you?
Now just place it on the conveyor belt.
Are you serious?
Don't you want to buy it?
Oh, of course I do. But why do I have to put it on the conveyor belt? Wouldn't it be just as easy for me to hand it to you?
I'm sorry, but the conveyor belt is there for a reason.
But you've already broken 2 crystal balls.
Yes, and I'm sorry for that, but I assure you it won't happen again. Just put the crystal ball on the belt, please.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Nonsense. I've turned the dial all the way back. It should move very slowly now. Mark my word.
Yikes!
Well done.
Oh, dear.
I can't believe you just destroyed 3 crystal balls.
Yes, well, you can't always prevent human error.
I guess you have more crystal balls in the back then. How about if we don't use the conveyor belt this time?
No, I'm afraid that was the last one.
You can't be serious.
I'll put an order in for a new shipment right away.
How long will that take?
Oh, not long at all. It usually only takes 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
But that's too long. I need it right away.
Sorry, I can put a rush on the order, but it will still take at least 3 weeks to get here.
I can't believe this. This was a matter of life and death. How could you be so careless?
I feel your pain. Really,
God damn it, Larry.
And I want to make it up to you. Somehow. Here, take this. Go on. Take it. It's yours, free of charge.
A crowbar?
I used to use it to get discounts from my suppliers when they had those scratch and dent sales. But they stopped having sales like that, so I don't need it anymore. I'm sure you can find a good use for it.
I can think of a few things I'd like to scratch and dent myself around here.
There's no need for violence.
No, you're right. I'm really not a violent person. But I really need a crystal ball.
We found it somewhere. Don't worry, Larry. No,
I don't think that would accomplish anything.
No. He's still asleep there. No one hears anymore.
I don't think that would accomplish anything. I don't think that would accomplish anything.
What do you know?
I don't think that would accomplish anything.
Alright then.
Yes?
Hi, Elton.
Come in, Gilbert.
Nope.
Extra, extra! Read all about it!
Where am I going?
I said I'd bring it back.
Ah, alright then.
Yes, it is true. Just like he says.
What's the news?
Secret Viking hideout burglarized! Vikings moved their treasure out of Phungoria!
What's going to happen to their tower?
Phungoria Amusements is planning to turn it into a permanent bungee jump ride.
You're kidding.
Well
Not
then.
at all. They got a one ad for women's brasiers on page 2.
Okay, I've got to go now.
Bye, Gilbert!
There sure is a lot of stuff in here. Cards, candles, slippers, trousers, colored stones, a magnet. Yuck, some bones. And a dead bird. Some cans of rutabaga beer. And a book. It looks very old. This is interesting. It's the diary written by one of the people who buried Karn. Well, let's see. September 16th. The expedition to Karn's castle gave us some horrible news. The wizard protected himself with a preservation spell. According to his notes, he can be brought back to life again by a ritual involving the instrument of his death?
The
I
mushroom.
don't know if that's possible, but the thought of that wizard returning has the men terrified.
Of course.
We've decided not to bury Karn in the town square under the mushroom as originally planned. Instead, we will bury him on an island off the coast. We don't want him anywhere near the mushroom, just in case. September 17th. Today we celebrated Marvin's triumph over Karn. It feels good to see the people happy again. It's been too many years since I've seen smiles on their faces or heard this much laughter in the streets. I feel sorry for Marvin, though. People are giving more credit to the mushroom than they are to the boy. They've already decided to call it the Mushroom Festival.
Yeah,
It also
that
seems destined to
would be
become an
pretty.
annual event. Those of us who wanted the mushroom destroyed were outvoted on council. Instead, someone will be chosen to guard the mushroom for a year, then someone new will be chosen for the year after that. After what we learned yesterday, I just hope the council isn't making a dreadful mistake.
Well, they
September
are.
21st. The Mushroom Festival has delayed our departure. We've picked the most trustworthy men to form our crew, but none of them want to leave until the festival is over. I'm eager to get this business over with. The longer it takes, the harder it will be to cover our tracks. Well, it won't be long now. Tomorrow we set sail. September 22nd. We reached the island without complications and made anchor in a sheltered cove. There wasn't a single mast on the horizon all day, so hopefully no one has followed us here. The men are in good spirits, and we should have camp set up by nightfall. September 23rd. There are dozens of small caves all over the island. So far, we haven't found any that are big enough, but I'm confident we should find something suitable very soon. And the sooner the
Alright, then.
better. The wizard isn't showing any signs of decomposing? That wizard is almost in better shape than I am. I've been nauseous and disoriented all day. September 27th. I have been sick with fever for 3 days now. I'm afraid I don't remember much of the past few days. the men found a suitable cave on the 24th, with a small cavern leading to a larger one, which itself leads to a third cavern where we will bury the wizard.
Alright.
They built a wall between the first two caverns that can only be opened by solving a puzzle. A wonderful idea, although the puzzle they chose is much too easy. They tried to come up with a puzzle that no one would want to do, and all the men really hate those sliding tile puzzles. The larger cavern has part of an underground river running through it, which gives me an idea for a second puzzle involving water.
Alright,
I'll have
then.
the men get started on it tomorrow. October 4th. The men have completed the second puzzle. The key is to fill a pail with exactly 4 liters of water and place it upon a weight-sensitive switch. Then, it's complicated to explain. I'll have Philip make a drawing. October 5th. We buried the wizard today. The body hasn't changed one bit. The sight of that wizard as we placed him in his tomb was completely unnerving. Like he wasn't really dead? Just sleeping there.
Well done.
Well, he can sleep there forever now. October 6th. It will be good to be gone and away from the cave. That underground river is home to all kinds of dangerous creatures. We set the traps and blocked the entrance to the cave with heavy iron bars. Now it's time for us to go home. October 7th. We broke camp, weighed anchor, and returned to Phungoria without incident today. The men have all been paid to keep their silence. Things seem to have gone back to normal, finally. I pray we never have to face that evil wizard again. The sheriff must have gone to the island then. But if he really stole the mushroom, that means he wants to revive the wizard? The sheriff
Yes,
isn't
it
gonna bring
seems like
that
it.
dusty old wizard back to life. Not without a fight. I think I'd better leave that where it is. That door is so cool.
I do not think that Master Ziz would be allowing you to take that, please.
Uh-huh. So what do you want?
Hi.
Hello, and many greetings to you.
Can you do any cool tricks?
As a genie, I am able to change my shape completely at will. Would you like me to demonstrate my transformation skills?
Yes,
Sure.
very much
What
so.
would you like me to transform myself into?
A flying horse.
That's a walrus.
Perhaps you would like me to attempt something else?
A fearless knight.
Once again, walrus.
Perhaps you would like me to attempt something else?
A roaring dinosaur.
Let me guess, walrus. Yes.
Perhaps you would like me to attempt something else?
A garden tractor.
Perhaps you would like me to attempt something else?
Well, how about a walrus then? Okay, now that's just weird.
I am so sorry.
Can't you transform into anything useful? Anything else? Yeah, I should have known.
I admit, I am not so very good at this.
Can you do anything else?
Yes, I can make something appear by magic.
Can you make a chocolate bar? Can you make a ceiling fan? Can you make a tied-up mushroom thief? Can you make a giant mushroom? Can't you try harder? I need a giant mushroom to save my grandfather. What's
that's
that?
pleasant.
It is a glow-in-the-dark ball. Here,
No wonder you're still in training. I bet Madame Ziz could do better than that.
well, you should not be so impressed with Master Ziz. She is not as much powerful as you are believing. It is not even Master Ziz that can see into the future. It is only the crystal ball that can do this.
How would
Well
you
done.
know?
Because I was here with Master Ziz when she needed to get a new crystal ball. The crystal ball does not last more than 25 years. It was quite an embarrassment to be working with Master Ziz when she was waiting for the new crystal ball. She was having great difficulty pretending to see the future with a crystal ball that was no good. She had been unable to predict how many people she would have to see that day. Because a crystal ball cannot show anything about that day when it becomes no good.
How long has she had this crystal ball?
It will be 15 years this next Wednesday.
So that means it'll be 10 years from Wednesday when this crystal ball stops working.
Yes.
And Madame Ziz can't predict anything that will happen on that day.
That is correct.
Are all genies lazy?
You should not believe Master Ziz when she's saying I'm a lazy genie. I am not a lazy genie. I am simply having to pace myself.
So, do I get 3 wishes now or what?
If I was a full genie, and you have rubbed my genie bottle, then I would have to be granting you 3 wishes as you say. But I am not a full genie, and so I cannot be granting you any wishes. Only for Master Ziz must I be doing this.
Alright then.
How long have you been working for Ziz?
I have been in the employ of Master Ziz for nearly 22 years.
22 years?
Yes, 22 years. But that is not a very long time to a genie. It takes many years for a genie to become a genie. I have been a genie in training for 1,282 years.
Wow.
Yes. Even for a genie, that was a very long time. Many times have I wanted to stop being a genie, but a genie cannot stop until his training is complete. When I become a full genie, then I will be able to do whatever I wish, and there will be no one to tell me what to do. But because I am not a full genie yet, I must do anything that Master Ziz says.
How old are you?
I am but a young genie. Only 1,317 years old.
Wow. Do all genies live that long?
Yes, and much, much longer than that as well. But you must take very good care of yourself when you live for so long. I have been to the dentist 345 times.
Ouch. Do you have a name?
Most definitely.
What is it?
Balthazar Abiba Ahmed Salam Abdullah Harishni Abub. But most of the time my friends call me Glenn.
Alright then, Glenn.
Well, I gotta go.
Oh, you should not be holding it in for too long. Holding it in can become very painful and will lead to much discomfort.
No, I mean, I have to leave.
Yes. Well, in that case, may you find your way safely to the end of your journey.
I don't need it.
I do not think that Master Ziz would be allowing you to take that, please.
Right. The generosity potion, I guess.
I don't think so. Hi, Barry. I have the stuff you wanted for the contract.
Great. Let me just write something up. Let's see. I, the undersigned, promise not to take advantage. Absolutely binding. Herewith and what so for, etc., etc. Okay, that should do it. Sign right there on the bottom line. Here's your stuff back. Great. Now for a demonstration. Now, remember our contract.
Okay.
Of course I remember the contract.
Do I ever feel generous?
I don't know. You don't look so generous to me.
Well, I feel generous.
Well, maybe if you gave me something.
But all I have is this generosity potion, and it's my last bottle. Oh, what the heck? Here, take it.
Well, what about the contract?
What contract?
Wow, it really does work.
Yep, just like I said.
But now you don't have any potion to demonstrate.
That's okay. I'll just make some more.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Gilbert.
Well then. I guess that
Please.
works.
You cannot tie up the line like this all the time.
That door is so cool.
I'm starting to get a lot of stuff.
I think that could get me in trouble. Hi.
Hello, and many greetings to you.
Well, I gotta go.
Oh, you should not be holding it in for too long.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yes? There is no need to rub my genie bottle. As you can see, I am already outside.
I don't need the glove for that.
How do I get rid of the genie now? I am not sure.
Hi, Vandersteen.
Oh, hi.
You look busy.
Say hello.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'll be right back.
Gone to make some more generosity potion. P.S. Boy, do I feel generous. I think I'd better leave that where it is.
I think I have an idea. Yep, it worked.
Pete!
What?
Vikings!
Vikings! Gilbert, they're everywhere I look. Look at all
I'm
those
not sure
Viking
what
ships. I
this
can
will
almost
do.
reach out and touch them. This
I
must
don't
be the big
remember.
invasion.
I just
Didn't I tell you? I
remembered
told you, Gilbert. I told all of you.
him going
What a
off
sight.
on
I'm going
something
to sink the whole Viking war
completely
fleet.
insane.
You'll need more than a fleet of Viking warships to take this town. Hope you brought your swimming trunks, you filthy, dirty, stinking marauders. Filthy, dirty, stinking. Say hello to all the little fishies.
Yeah, just like that.
That's some heavy cannon fire. What do you think, Papa Victor Alpha Leader? No, he hasn't reported in yet. Oh my. This must be the invasion. We've got to get up there. Long live the PVA!
Look at them, they just keep coming. Too bad for you, Vikings. I'll bounce a cannonball off of every furry chest.
Huh. Alright then, I guess I can steal the band now.
Sorry you ever learned to sail.
Don't let them get too close.
We'll blow them away. Eat balsa wood, you with your pullers. Feel my rage and tremble.
Don't stop firing.
No, they're going to taste the bottom of the sea. Pucker up, Norseman, and kiss my big fat cannonballs. PVA, attack!
I think I better go now.
Come on, you boozy sea rovers. Is that all you got? You'll never take this coast as long as I live.
No.
It sure feels strong.
And I know where that goes.
Yes?
Hi, Elton.
Come in, Gilbert.
Well, hi there. Robot, move these boxes out of the way.
Well, that's certainly one way to move the boxes.
I guess I should have been more specific.
Now you can demonstrate the time machine.
Yes. Well, it's really quite simple. These switches control the date and time, which shows up on these chronological readouts here. Once you have the date input, you press this button to start the steam turbine generators, and this one over here to balance the gluon stream. Then it's just a matter of pressing this button over here to start the temporal distortion.
Then what?
Then you step into the transportation booth to be scanned and uploaded into the time distortion.
What's it like?
It's pretty hard to describe. Kind of like that time I ate those funny mushrooms. You feel a bit woozy when you first get where you're going. Or should I say, when you're going. But it passes quickly enough.
How do you get back?
Got high.
Oh, well, you simply step back through the time portal. Unfortunately, the time portal can't stay open very long, so it's best not to dilly-dally. I prefer not to get too far away from the portal either, if you know what I mean. Well, here goes. I've set the controls to take me back to Princess Michelle's baptism. Maybe I can find out what caused the flood.
Huh.
This should only take a minute. Before you know it, I'll be...
Wow. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that didn't seem too good.
It's the control panel for the time machine. I think the time machine is broken. I don't need that. Yep. It's a broken spring, all right.
Well, I got a new spring.
That ought to do it. Let's see. The genie said 10 years from next Wednesday. Well, here goes nothing. Maybe it isn't gonna... Whoa.
Well done.
Gilbert. Now I know why your lifeline crossed with mine so strangely.
Huh.
You have come here across the normal flow of time. No wonder I sensed such danger in your future. If I had known it would be today, I would have cancelled my appointments and hidden from you. But now you are here. So be it. You will not get your hands on my crystal ball.
My grandfather's life depends on you giving me that crystal ball.
I disagree. Whatever was to happen to your grandfather in my time has already happened. And so, there is nothing that I can do that can change this.
But you're wrong. I need that crystal ball.
Perhaps. But I'm afraid I simply cannot spare it. You'll have to find some other way to solve your problem.
If you really liked me, you'd give me your crystal ball.
I assure you, Gilbert, that I can like you without giving you my crystal ball.
But you don't need a crystal ball. You're Madame Ziz.
I've tried that before. It didn't work very well.
Oh, yes. And it was the most funniest day of my life.
You just keep quiet, you.
Why don't you get another crystal ball?
I had one on order, but according to Larry, it was damaged during shipping.
So order another one.
I did. But there's a shortage due to the glass blower's strike. It could take me weeks to get another crystal ball.
I think you will be getting very good at acting, Master Ziz.
Let me have that crystal ball, or else.
Gilbert, I know you better than that. Besides, I would put a curse on you faster than you could bounce a rubber chicken.
What happened to my grandfather?
Careful, Gilbert. That is a dangerous question. Answering it could endanger all of us. Things happen in time for a reason. Just as all things have their place in the universe, so does the universe have its pace. You've risked upsetting a precious balance by coming here from your time to mine.
I can't believe you're not going to help me.
Even if I could spare my crystal ball, Gilbert, it would not be safe to send something back with you from my time to yours. The universe's balance must not be interfered with.
Well, are you going to spray?
I'm afraid I can't give you my crystal ball, Gilbert, because, What was my reason again? Well,
No reason.
I must have had a reason. There are reasons for everything around us, Gilbert. Usually, they are plain as day for me to see.
Are you sure you weren't going to give me your crystal ball?
Well, seeing as it isn't working anyway.
But what about needing to pretend for the customers?
Oh, they're all so gullible. I'm sure it will be fine.
And what about the glass blowers, who are striking at this very moment?
Oh, I'm sure they'll come to an agreement soon enough.
And what about the danger of taking the crystal ball back in time?
What's the worst that can happen?
You once said that the universe could collapse upon itself, leaving us prisoners in the void beyond time and space.
Well, I'm sure it would all work out in the end.
Master Ziz, I am afraid you are the victim of some unknown substance.
Nonsense. Do you still want this crystal ball, Gilbert?
Yes, very much
It
so.
doesn't work anymore, you know. Well, you might as well have it.
That is most, generous of you.
You know, I just don't feel I've given you enough. There must be something else. Here. You can have my feather duster.
Yeah,
No,
sounds
I
good.
insist. Please, take it.
Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome, Gilbert. I suppose you must be going now.
Yes.
Well, have a nice trip.
I cannot be believing this.
Oh, my lazy genie. After all these years, you must be getting tired of that genie bottle. Maybe it's finally time you were set free.
No way. It's all gooey and gross and covered with slime.
Well, I have everything. Back when I started to play this when I was young, there were on 2 different CDs.
Where on earth did you
At
find a
this
crystal
point,
ball?
is
More like
when
when
you
on
needed
earth,
to
huh?
switch the CDs
Well,
out.
I must say you've surprised me, Gilbert. Yes, indeed, this is a pleasant surprise. I can't wait to try it out.
What about my boat?
Eh? Oh, right. Well, I'm afraid I don't have any to spare at the moment.
But you promised.
Yeah, well, there is one boat. It isn't much, mind you.
I don't care, so long as it floats.
In that case, go down to the end of the docks. You can use the boat tied right at the very end.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
Incredible. My own crystal ball. Now, who should I put out of business first? Wait! How does it work? Is there a switch? Gilbert!
And here
Let's
we go.
see. The Santa Larissa, the Flying Fiola, that tiny rowboat? How am I supposed to catch the sheriff in that? The minnow? I guess it'll have to do.